Cryotherapy. What is it? What's it for? Why do I use these specific tools? What about gua sha and jade rolling? So these are questions I get pretty regularly. So let's get into it. Initially, I looked into offering gua sha or the jade rose quartz face rolling because you can chill those stones and then you get the benefit of a little bit of that cool, refreshing anti-inflammation effect. And two of my really smart esthetician friends guided me toward offering cryotherapy ice globes instead. So I purchased what used to be two of these as a set, and these were really great in a lot of ways. They were at least as good as the jade and the rose quartz roller would have been. This is glass with antifreeze in it, and so you can essentially do the similar sorts of motions and whatnot to create the same effect, and then you get the nice flushing of the face, and the inflammation can, help flush out. So the downsides to these is that it's made out of glass, and when I was washing it in between clients, one of them slipped out of my hand and it shattered everywhere. So I had antifreeze and little pieces of glass, so not ideal. And I realized, well, I don't want that to happen again. Plus, I looked at how small they were, and as nice as that is for some reasons, I can get it nicely over the eyes, which is kind of fun. I just wanted a little bit more, I thought. So I purchased, this was my second wave, where I got these guys, which are actually kind of great in a way. Even holding them, I can just feel how awkward they are though. So these are titanium, and they are filled with antifreeze. So they definitely get really cold, much colder than the glass did, or the jade or the rose quartz would. But the handles are so little that even right now, without any oil or anything on my hands, and the loosey-goosiness of the fluid jostling around in here, I don't have the control and the dexterity. And I'm horrified to think that I could accidentally slip and drop this somehow in somebody's face. So I can't even believe I'm admitting that, right? Never happened, never want that to happen. So third and hopefully final option, I ended up purchasing these. And this is not currently frozen, but this is one of those ice cream bowls. And so I put it upside down in the little freezer in my treatment room. As I'm turning the client maybe face up at the end, I go and get this, and then I just place it on the floor right near where I'm gonna be, so I'm not getting up and trudging across the room and making noise as they're in their last several minutes. I'm just finishing out with my various strokes, and then I just lean down, and these have stayed nice and cold, which is great. So the other things I like about these, they're kind of almost indestructible. They're also filled with the antifreeze fluid. They get super cold, as I mentioned, and stay cold. And then the handles are much thicker, as you can tell. Now these would actually come off, which I thought might be kind of nice for cleaning purposes, but you know what? I just didn't want any chance that they would, again, slip out of my hands when I was working at a client. So I glued them, and that's been great. Even with all my cleaning and disinfecting, the glue has stayed really solid. And honestly, the little sleeves stay on there really well anyway. I'm always super safety conscious about these things. I'm just explaining, so that you can be thoughtful about this too if you're gonna offer this to somebody. I really like them, and they're actually really good. I don't know if you can see right over the eye as well too. And I like to do brow bones. I just do it all, right? We go down the neck, right underneath the clavicle. So you're ultimately bringing everything toward where the lymph nodes are going to be helping flush everything. So these are super fantastic. I still incorporate jade and other precious stones into other aspects of what I do. I offer either a weighted chilled flax, soft, filled with flaxseed pillow over the eyes. And then I also have this, which is really fun. So this is jade stone with quartz. And this I also put in a little cooler, and so I put this over people's faces. Some people love the jade, other people love the soft texture of the flax. Of course, I have the stones in my infrared mat. I have amethyst, tourmaline, and jade stone that gets warmed up in the infrared light mat, which is super awesome. And then I also have gemstones in the water decanter that I offer for the clients to have a little refreshing beverage when they're here to rehydrate. I don't miss the jade by not doing gua sha specifically or doing the rose quartz or the jade rolling. So if you already have one of those little rollers at home, that's great. It's like a whole separate video to talk about the training for that, and perhaps you're already familiar with those. But really, you could even use an ice cube, right? And the downside to an ice cube is that it gets water all over the place. So it's like, even if you do it over the sink, it's like dripping down your hands and whatever else, and it might be really cold for you to touch. So these are not expensive at all. I mean, I don't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure they were like under $30. They've lasted now for several years. I use them very regularly, and it's an addition that you can have in your service with me. So it's just a little 5-minute addition of a little cryotherapy. So it really is nice to help refresh the face, especially after being face down and all the fluid going into the face. It's just, again, like a washcloth, wringing it out, helping flush some of that fluid, which can help not only with your physical appearance, tightening the pores and wrinkles and helping with puffiness, but it also can be effective to help people with headaches. Just a nice little addition. It's refreshing, it can help with pain, and it's kind of a fun new experience if you're just looking for something new to try sometime. So I'm Amy Siri V with Beautiful Life Bodywork.